Welcome back to Coach Factory. If you're new here, my name is Kathy, and this is the channel where we talk about how to make coaching more fun, more profitable, serve more clients, do the things that you came here to do. Now, if you weren't aware, Coach Factory is affiliated with Motivation Code. And so a lot of my thinking about coaching is rooted deeply in neurolinguistic programming, which is what my husband used and what I recently became certified in, and Motivation Code, which I'm also certified in. So a lot of the work I do with clients, I think about what they're doing in terms of the various modalities they interpret their reality and the different motivations that they have. Because let's face it, our clients come to us with problems, right? They come to us with a problem or an achievement that they would like, but they never really tell us, I want this because. They never really tell us what their deeper motivation is for achieving the thing that they want to achieve. Now, if you're a fitness coach and you're helping someone get into their wedding dress, well, there's a deeper motivation there. Maybe it is fear of embarrassment, of not being able to get into that beautiful dress on their wedding day. Maybe they want to learn how to cook better and get a routine to get to the gym so that their new life that they're starting with their partner is starting out on the right foot. There's a deeper motivation beyond the help me lose 15 pounds so I can fit into this dress on my wedding day. There's a much deeper motivation even underneath that is causing them to reach out to you as a fitness coach. Whatever problem your client presents to you is not necessarily what is going to motivate them to live a better life. It's up to us as coaches to uncover that deeper motivation and to not only help our clients solve those problems, but to help them live a better life. Help them live a life that's more fulfilling to them. Help them to knock it out of the park beyond their expectations. If all we did was solve the problem that they show up with, we're doing our job, right? We're doing what they're asking of us, but we know. We understand our clients often better times than they understand themselves. We understand what their deeper fulfillment is. And no matter what modality you use, whether it is motivation code or it's neurolinguistic programming or something completely different, you have a way of seeing your clients through a certain lens. Maybe you're using a different assessment that gives you a better view into the psychology of your clients. Whatever it is, these assessments, these modalities aren't just helpful within the coaching process. They're helpful within the sales process as well. Because when your client is coming to you with a problem, we have to understand what their motivations are in order to help them get to the place where they're saying yes, where they're clicking the button and whipping out their credit card. We have to understand who they are. Now, here's the thing. Everyone is motivated differently. Motivation Code has 8 different motivational dimensions, which are sort of the lens that we look through in order to understand how our clients are motivated. Someone might come to you and you see completely that they are an achiever or they're a driver and they have a specific way of handling the world. They know how they want to get things done. An optimizer wants to get things done as efficiently as possible, get from point A to point B as efficiently as possible, and set up structures and methodologies that make that process easier in the future. Whereas a driver somewhat similarly wants to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible, but might not be as interested in all of the details and structuring their life around all of that. Understanding motivation code helps me understand who my clients are when they show up. But here's another way to think about these types of dimensions when you're thinking about yourself. Now, if you've taken motivation code, you probably know how you're motivated. And if you haven't taken motivation code yet, there is a link down below with a coupon code where you can get a light assessment for less than $20, just understanding how you're motivated and getting an idea of how all of these motivational dimensions work. So helpful in understanding yourself and your clients. If, for example, you are a visionary, that is my primary motivational dimension, I can't help but talk in motivational language around visionary types of things. It's part of who I am. It's part of my motivational DNA. It's not something that I think about changing myself into in order to communicate to clients or anyone else. I also have all of this security content on my personal YouTube channel. Interestingly, I get people who come to my security content who reach out to me for coaching sessions. And it kind of upends everything I understand about how to market, right? You're supposed to niche into a specific niche, develop content that solves a specific problem, and publish that content so that people who need that solution can come find you and buy whatever product you have that solves that problem. So why am I getting coaching clients off of my security content? It makes no sense. But when I think about it in terms of motivations and think about it in terms of how people think, it makes perfect sense. My security content comes through me. It comes through my filters. It comes through my DNA. It is how I understand the world. I want to empower people to make better security decisions with their technology so that they don't get hacked. That's my whole goal. I'm motivated in order to make an impact in that way. Even before I took Motivation Code, I was publishing this content. I didn't understand these things about myself, but I was doing it anyway. I couldn't help it. It's part of who I am. Who I am comes through in my content. Whether I am talking to you about your coaching business, I'm talking on my podcast about the reticular activating system and how it changes the way we perceive our reality, or if I'm publishing security content on my security channel. I have been sort of in a quandary of like, who am I and what am I doing? And through my own personal investigations, I kind of decided I am me, and I'm interested in security, and I'm interested in empowering people to make better security decisions, and I'm interested in coaching and neurolinguistic programming and manifestation and all kinds of other things. Do I really want to stop being who I am? I have come to the conclusion that we are our own niche. And if you are interested in something, maybe you're not putting it all on the same channel because algorithms don't necessarily understand all of this stuff. But maybe you have multiple channels where you're putting out content of things that are interesting to you. Maybe you're interested in dog training and you're also interested in fitness and you're also interested in running an online business. And you have 3 different channels where you post content as it is inspiring for you to do so. When you do that, you are putting your whole self out there. And when you put your whole self into your content, you are putting out sort of this vibrational frequency of motivation of who you really are. And the people who resonate with who you really are, they hear it. It speaks their language. They understand who you are. And maybe they come to you through, in my example, they come to me through my security channel, and then they hire me for coaching. Or maybe they buy one of my products. What's very interesting is people are coming to my security channel and then they buy my wealth manifestation course. It doesn't make any sense. But if you think about it in terms of motivational frequency and your motivational DNA, it makes perfect sense. You see, I am not marketing necessarily to an optimizer, and I'm not thinking, okay, I want to really communicate with this optimizer and get them to buy my course. Or I'm not thinking, I really want this influencer motivational dimension to buy my course. I'm just putting me out there. But when I put me out there, I am putting out my motivational language. So the people who are buying my courses, the people who are hiring me for coaching, these people basically get me. They are also within the frequency of influencer, in the frequency of a visionary. And these are the people that I speak to, whether I am conscious of it or not. So many people get stuck on trying to be everything to everyone. And okay, well, I need a message for optimizers, and I need a message for drivers, and I need a message for relators. But you don't. You don't need to be a coach for everyone necessarily. You just need to listen enough that when they are in a discovery call with you, if you hear a lot of relational type of language, you understand that they are probably a relator and you can tailor your communication to that. But no one is one dimension. In fact, when you look at motivation code, you start understanding that people are all 8 dimensions, just in different ways. So I am also a learner. I love to learn new things and share what I've learned, but I do it in a way that kind of goes into my influencer. I want to make an impact. I want you to get educated so that you make better decisions that make your life more fulfilling. When I know that that is happening, I become extremely motivated. I am in my sweet spot. And so I can't help but communicate from my motivational language. But if you don't understand your own M code, if you don't understand how you're motivated, you're not going to be able to understand who's coming to you, what they're resonating with. The language that you're using is all unconscious. And so you will naturally then attract in people who are resonating with the language that you're using unconsciously. So many of you who are watching me right now, because I'm not choosing language in order to bring in a certain motivation, I'm just being me. The more you can just put yourself out there 100% as yourself without trying to be something else so that somebody else will say yes, then it just starts falling into place. You start resonating with a particular audience and they start showing up. But you have to find a comfort level. You have to find a way of letting go of the things that you are not. One way motivation code helped me in doing this was realizing that I didn't like project management. Now, I've been a project manager. In fact, I was a project lead, a project manager on a very large Fortune 100 company's website. It was one of my first jobs back when the internet was first starting, and I was good at it, and it also stressed me out. And as I got older, I realized, you know what, if anybody's going to make me live in a sauna, it's not going to be the right job for me. And a few companies tried to make me live in a sauna and it didn't work. By understanding my M code, by understanding how I'm motivated, I was able to let go of all that. There are other people who are really good at that, and I let them do that. And I dive deeper into make an impact. I dive deeper into an influencer, into a visionary, into seeing what potential is out there and actualizing it. And the project managers, they can live in a sauna and make sure it happens. In this way, I gave myself the freedom to really 100% be myself, do what I'm good at, do what I am fulfilled doing. And those who need to find me resonate with that. And then I don't really even have to watch my language. I don't have to tweak how I communicate so that I am communicating specifically to someone's motivational dimension. I will still listen and I will still look for markers of what motivations they are bringing to the table. But I don't have to change me because I trust that when I am putting myself out there 100% as I am, I'm probably going to bring in people who resonate with that. I'm curious, have you taken M code? What is your primary motivational dimension? And have you noticed that most of your clients are within your top 3 or 4 motivational dimensions? Do other people resonate at that level with you? I'm noticing it in my work, so I'm curious if it is working for you. And if you're using a different assessment, I'm curious about that as well. Drop that in the comments down below. We'll see you next time on Coach Factory.